See, there it is. All right.
All right, well, I'm Kelly Holloway. Thanks for joining us tonight. I don't know if Ms. Ripple is going to put the forms up as we speak about anything. No, we're good? Okay.
I don't have digital.
That's okay. All of the forms are going to be found on the Fine Arts website. So we're going to just have a quick overview of what's needed to be signed this year. Ms. Michelle Whitby, our treasurer, is going to take a moment to go over the financials of the band, and then Ms. Ripple is going to talk a little bit about the calendar and upcoming dates and our Six Flags trip that we have planned for this spring. Yay! So after the meeting, we'll send out an email that just has links to everything to make that easier. Or if you prefer getting the paper copy from school, just shoot us an email and we'll send it home with your kid in their folder. We have some frequently asked questions. We have the instrument rental agreement. We have the required band transportation release form, medical and transportation. A parent contact sheet, which also lets us know what locker number your child is so that we can put some fun surprises on their locker throughout the year. If you don't know your child's locker number, because I did not, let us know and we'll see who we can recruit to find those numbers out. We have the band rental agreement for your uniform. Any items that are not are not in reusable condition are your responsibility, and we do our best to only let the kids wear the outfits for very limited times, and we do clean them twice a year, so they stay in pretty good shape. So it's really just, you know, keeping an eye on the kiddos and making sure they're not abusing their uniform. So never had anybody so far need to have an item replaced, which is good. And then the general information checklist, which helps us kind of keep track of fees and whatnot for everything owed for the year. And we've got our treasurer report.
Yay.
So,
Okay.
Go ahead,
I
Michelle.
hope you can hear me with this mask on. But the checking account balance as of the end of July was $12,142. That may sound a lot of money, but about $4,500 of that is in family designated accounts. I forgot the cameras over there now. On the investment side, our private investment has a balance of $61,144. So that's doing pretty well right now.
Could we have Mr. Hipple just type that into the chat? So in case anybody didn't catch the numbers and they want them for any reason,
Yep.
we've got them, so it's easier to see. It's a little difficult doing a hybrid of in-person and Zoom.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you need, just put it in the chat, and Mr. Hipple will kind of play bully between the in-person and the online.
And while he's doing that, I will make a pitch for the Gondola ticket sales again. We're doing it this month. I have the tickets. We're going to start selling them the 10th. And I recently said September 31st. I was looking at the wrong date. It's going to be September 30th. I can have added calendar. And what it's going to be is for every ticket you sell, we're going to sell for $6.50. The family will earn $1.50 for their personal fundraising account. And if it makes it go any better, tickets the whole bundle will cost you $6.99. So we're making a little bit of money, and if people buy it, they're making a little bit of money in the back end. So.
And all of our information for the BPO is available on the CLS Fine Arts website. There is a BPO page, and we also have the Facebook page. If you're not currently on the Facebook page, you just have to request Concordia Lutheran School Band Parents Organization. Name of it. Very long. Very long.
It's a private page, only for the people who request to be a member of it, and then we allow that. It's not open to the worldwide web. So it's a great place for us to post information, fundraising, trip, meeting reminders and such, without that being available to everybody around the world. So.
One other side note, the BPO board, it usually consists of 4 members. Right now we have 2, so we are recruiting, looking for 2 more members, a vice president and a secretary or person, however you'd like to be titled, administrative person. So if anyone has any interest whatsoever, has the heart for that, we do meet just a couple times a year in person, and we do communicate by email mostly to organize things on behalf of the children. So that's why we're here, to help support the kids. So Mr. Hippel has a good list of things to cover with what's coming this year.
Yeah.
You want to sit where I am?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Where should you go?
Okay, so we have, pardon me, a very full performance opportunity schedule this year, event calendar as we say. It is posted on the Fine Arts webpage, as well as it can be emailed out, so it's made available to everybody. Monday night, tonight, and tomorrow night, we're having our cadet band instrument tryout nights. We're looking to get, right now I have, I think, 5 new 4th graders, might get more. I do have 2 additional 5th graders that will be joining the band as well. They're starting this year, so we'll be adding them to the list, which is really great. Coming up in September, we have 2 parades, our standard fall parades, and those are going to be the Pekin Marigold and the Morton Pumpkin Festival Parade. We will be using our warm weather uniforms, which is tan shorts and our new Marching Cougars t-shirt. Those are slated to come in Friday, so I will be able to process them and get them out the start of next week in preparation for the parade. Any member of the band will receive one for free. I have limited numbers available beyond that now. Some adults and friends ordered them. They were $15. I have limited number. I'm not going to sell any more yet until I figure out what my final end is. So they're really cool. They're based on the Abbey Road album Beatles look, since we're doing Beatles music this year. So, and just a little bit ago, just recently, I was able to secure September 19th. It's a busy weekend. We have a parade on the 18th, and it's the last home game of the entire season for the Peoria Chiefs. Unfortunately, they're in last place, so they will not be playing in the postseason. I can guarantee that. That is the very last day. We are going to be playing at the Chiefs game, God Bless America, and the national anthem from the field. So I was able to secure the very last home game. We were given the opportunity to do a fundraiser there, and we'll talk more about fundraisers later. It's a tennis ball toss. If you've never been to a Chiefs game, seeing the tennis where everybody throws the tennis balls on, we make 50% profit on those. So we'll talk more about fundraising later. We do have our CLS Sundays planned throughout the year. One in November, one in January, and one in March. We have our Santa Claus Parade in November. We will be doing, we'll have another fundraiser in February. That's our trivia night. We have the possibility of doing a virtual one if we're interested this fall. We'll be doing the organizational district contest as a band, and we have a really well-balanced band. They're playing superbly this year. I really feel confident that there's a high probability, I think so, that we'll make it to state. We've been really close the last couple of years, within a point or two, and this is slate. I'm looking at a better band, well-balanced. They play well. I'm shooting for it, so it's going to be good. We have a Christmas concert, we have a spring concert, and then we're going to be going on a music trip this year. So as many of you know, we have had our Washington, D.C. trip canceled due to COVID the last 2 years, and I just basically said enough's enough. We decided that we weren't going to pursue this further at this point, especially with COVID continuing to play havoc throughout the world. So to go to Washington, D.C. was just not feasible. I did not feel it was. I think it's better to just postpone that for a few more years down and wait and see what happens. But what we are going to do this year is we're going to be participating in the Music in the Parks Festival. We did this maybe 4 years ago, where we traveled down to Six Flags St. Louis and we performed down there. This year, instead of performing in the park, I did a different route. We're going to be performing Friday evening at an outside location, sit-down concert, and it is a competition against the other bands that will be there. Then Saturday morning, we will be participating in the marching band competition, parade competition, where we will march through the park of Six Flags, and that is another competition against other groups. And then we have the rest of the day after that to enjoy Six Flags, and there is a then awards ceremony Saturday night. And then on Sunday, I am working with the local LCMS church in Eureka, Missouri, to have us come and then play for one of their worship services, just like we do a CLS Sunday, just to round it out. So it's going to be a quick Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend, but it's going to be good. I already have the hotel online, ready to go. It's right next to it. So I've already spoken with our treasurer, Michelle, and we've said that in the past we had agreed to spend a certain amount of money to help defray the cost for our band kids for DC. And I said, well, since we're not going to go to DC, can we do the same for this St. Louis trip for performing students? And it was decided that yes, we could. It will be much less expensive. We'll use less of our investment, but maybe up to $10,000 to help knock out the participation fee, maybe part of the bus. Hotel room is, I think we thought it was $140 per family per night, and we'll be there 2 nights. So it's in a really nice Holiday Inn, really great amenities. So it's got a huge pool, it's got an arcade, yep, it's got a adult-friendly area.
Shuttle bus.
It's got a shuttle bus to the park. It's literally a couple hundred yards. So from the park, it's really nice. So we're all set on that. I've already got those. I have a bus already reserved from 2 buses already reserved from Peoria Charter. So we're golden. So I'll be getting out very specific details soon to find out exactly how many people want to go and what that will entail. So it's going to be an exciting year.
The kids will be subsidized.
The kids will be subsidized, yes. Absolutely.
Now, is the cadet band going or the what?
No, it is only the concert band because it is a competition. So the cadets, being first-year band students, would not be available for this particular trip. So, I mean, Sam could go as a family member, but not as a performer because it is a judged competition. We need to set our best foot forward.
And that's fine. I just
Yep.
want to make sure we clear for them.
So.
The cadets will not be going anywhere.
Yep. So that's our year in a very quick nutshell. And again, I will get the event calendars up on our Fine Arts webpage on the very front page, and I'll send it out again in email form too. So, any questions from the Peanut Gallery? Any questions from the people at home? You can type it in to the chat, or you can just unmute and pop in. Hearing none.
Do you have a,
Oh, the Gregs, yes.
And for the trip to Six Flags?
Say that again, Nancy.
For the trip to Six Flags?
The trip to Six Flags is going to be May 13 through 15, and the cost is yet to be determined. We do know there are a couple of things. The one thing that's sort of unflexible is the hotel room cost. We're doing that by family. I'm not going to split like we did Washington, where it's, if you have 2 people, it's this much. If you have 4 people, it's a different price. It's a room, and each family gets a room. And so we will, it's $140 per night, per room, per family. So we'll be there 2 nights. We're talking about subsidizing the cost for students, potentially even the bus. We'll see how that plays out. So I should have final numbers ASAP. Plus, there's many fundraising opportunities this year to help bring that amount down. And I think Michelle is going to talk.
Okay, or Kelly.
Or Kelly.
Michelle has volunteered Kelly.
All right, to talk about fundraising.
I've been voluntold, exactly.
Voluntold.
Okay, yes, we do have the Avanti's tickets. That starts just about now. September 10th. Michelle does already have the ticket, so if you have anybody that's just really anxious to get their hands on some gondolas for a slightly discounted price,
I can get them to you.
Michelle can get them to you. We'll be sending out more information by email to all the band families, but basically, every ticket your student sells, your band family account will then be credited $1.50. So the gondolas themselves, the cost is $6.99 if you go to Avanti's, and we buy the tickets from Avanti's at $5 a ticket. And we set the price for $6.50 because we felt like there was a little discount, but then it's a little bit more for the kids instead of just $6 flat to get $1.50 per gondola sold. The tickets are good at any time, they never expire, and they're easy to give because everybody loves gondolas. So you can buy your gondola stash for the year if you want. We can always get more tickets. I think we currently have 220 tickets available. And if for some reason we need more, we can get more. If we end up with some that are left over, we can sell them at the Fall Festival that's coming up later this year. Yay, I'm so excited. Or we can also give them back, and Avanti's will not charge us for the additional tickets we didn't sell. So it's a really good fundraiser, and it helps you be able to pay for your band fees, or for if you're going to the Six Flags trip to help offset the cost there.
I do have the list of fundraisers up on the screen for those at home so they can see it. And just to clarify, the Avanti's gondola ticket sales during September, if you sell them as an individual family, then that goes towards your family fundraising account that you can use to help offset the cost of the trip, for example. However, we are also going to be selling them at the Fall Festival that PTC is hosting. And any gondola tickets that are sold at the Fall Festival go into the general band fund. So,
And Mr. Hipple, just to, in case anyone has confusion over that, could you clarify the general band fund, just in a sentence or two, goes towards what?
general band fund helps to pay for music purchase because the school does not purchase music for the band parent organization does. It also helps to pay for instrument repair. It helps to purchase needed instruments, new instruments should we need them, and things of that nature.
Awesome. And then with your personal band fundraiser account, it's always good to remind everyone, in case there's anybody new, that money never goes home with your child if your child leaves band. It's a part of band, and so it's your band fundraising account. Legally, the IRS says it does not belong to the student, it belongs to the band. So as long as they're in band, they can use those funds. If for some reason your child left band or didn't use all the funds, the band general fund receives those personal funds that weren't used. For
And I will add, because we've had people ask in the past, the $400 fee you pay the school for band cannot come out of the personal fundraising account either. It's only to cover costs related to the BPO.
Okay.
So I think we'll have to.
Just have a seat, send them. Okay, and then in November, December, or excuse me, October, November, we're looking at hosting potentially a virtual trivia night, and this would give us the opportunity to reach a little bit further than Peoria area. So if you have anybody, friends or family that lives across the country and we hold a virtual trivia night, it'd be really easy for us to be able to reach more people and they could donate to the band for your band student, because that is another band fundraiser to go to the personal fundraising account for the kiddos. Christmas concert, we usually sell ad sales within the program, and that information will be provided at a closer date. We may have a pre-dinner fundraiser. We've done that before, where I think we did Avanti's then, but we're open to other ideas where we have a little bit of band family time, but then others could potentially, if it's a fundraiser, like potentially like a food cart or something, a food truck, we could have more people be able to participate and raise for the general band fund. And the ad sales always go toward the individual band students' fundraising account.
Ads, I will say that ad sales are the best way to raise money for your family fundraising line item account. It brings in more money, and it's really the easiest way. So when that information comes out, pay special attention to it.
And it doesn't have to be a business, it can be an individual that says, congratulations to Johnny for being in band this year, or Merry Christmas to all good night. It can say anything you want as long as it's approved by the band and the school. And it can be a business, but it can be personal too. So then I think it's kind of fun to see those. And then in February, we'll have our in-person trivia night. That's already secured with Redeemer, and that will be another fun showdown. Last time, my family won, so we've got something to prove. So we'll see what happens.
Is it rigged that
The band president?
the band parent organization president's team won? I don't know. No, it isn't. No, she's just really smart.
It's my family that's really smart. And then in March, we're looking at having another restaurant night. We've done Pizza Ranch before. We're just gonna wait and see how the COVID situation is unfolding. It's always fluid. If that doesn't end up being good to be in person in a building, we can come up with something else. We've done McDonald's in the past as well. We're gonna do a second round of Avanti's tickets. So if by April you've run out of your tickets, we can hook you up. And then April, May, we'll have our spring concert fundraiser with the ad sales again. And we're always open to hearing ideas. So if you happen to know of a fundraiser that worked well for another group, let us know about it. We'd love to know more about other fundraising ideas, and because we're open to that. We want to help the kids and raise as much money as possible. Any questions on fundraisers? Mr. Hipple has it, I think, on the calendar. Let me seal it. It is February 5th for the in-person trivia night at Redeemer, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And there'll be a lot of opportunities for volunteers as we get closer to that. For organizing, we always have to have a child care room to provide adults, or at least 18 plus, however you consider, at least 2 adults for watching the younger kids, so that the players can focus and win their game.
I never win.
There's usually silent auction.
So
Yep, in the silent auction, thanks Becky.
that's my favorite part.
And the silent auction, that always goes for the, go back. For the band trivia night, your table, any tickets you sell to attend the event, those tickets go to your band child's personal fundraising account, but the silent auction, which we sell baskets and other things that have been donated, that always goes towards the general fund. So we like to spread that out so that there's opportunities to help all ways to fundraise for the band. Any other questions?
About the Avantis, is it, do we turn in the money after we sell them, or do we pre-buy them?
No, we did tickets, you sell them, you sell them, you did money there. We did last year. Okay. And I did make sure that we did down.
Okay.
The question was, do you have to buy the Avanti's tickets in advance? And the answer is no. You'll be given a certain number of tickets, and then you sell them and then return the money and any unused tickets.
Michelle is persistent, so if you for some reason forget to give her the money, she will come and find whoever they are.
I don't think I got those.
Or she gets all the gondolas, yeah, one or the other. Okay, any questions from home? That is all that we had to cover on the agenda, unless there are further. Plug-in for volunteers. All band parents of any band student are part of the band parent organization. They really thrive on the band volunteers because without it, we wouldn't be able to do all that we do for the kids. So please consider anytime you see a message come across for signing up, such as for the parades coming in Beacon and Morton in September, and also the Chiefs game to have some adult presence. We always appreciate that. And then for serving on the board, if that's in your heart, please let us know.
And I came on the sign up thing, but other than like just walk along and things like that, do you want like water information, like something like that, you guys out there? Okay. You can tell that I can look at it.
You can tell that I can look at it because I'm looking at you like Mr. Hip.
I was at one point, it was just flowers, but now it's,
Rest of the 3 cases of water.
I requested 3 cases of water for each parade.
and it might or may not be on there, but I know for the Santa Claus parade, my orders for this, we had an advance, so that's right. Okay, so that could be something.
Yes, if you can't volunteer time and you have the funds available to donate items such as water or hand warmers at the Santa Claus parade, day after Thanksgiving, that's always appreciated because it can be fairly temperate and other years it's been negative. So there's no way to know what it's going to be this year. So just keep your eye open for emails coming from the band parents organization or from Mr. Heppel, and that way you can keep the lines of communication open. Any other thoughts, Mr. Heppel? All right, she said no. All right, well, I have it on the agenda that you do the closing prayer.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. Thank you to Kelly, and thank you to Michelle for their work, continued work, and we invite any other family members, band family members who want to help be a part of this band parent organization in an executive level to please let us know. Especially, we need a secretary to take care of writing things down and making sure that everybody knows what's going on, and a vice president to help Kelly out throughout the year.
I need a lot of emotional support.
Yes, and such. So if you're interested, please let them know. And with that, let's close with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing us to come together tonight, both in person and virtually, online, and just Lord, we thank you for the band parent organization. We thank you for the leadership of the past, the leadership of the future. We thank you, Lord, for our band program, for the kids and their enthusiasm this year. We ask, Lord, that you would bless us in our many endeavors this year. You provide opportunities for our kids to go out and spread the good news gospel through their gift of music. So bless us as we go home this evening, and in all that we say, and all we do, to your glory. In your son's name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, thanks y'all. That's the meeting. Thank you. And have a good night. This will be posted on the band website later this evening.
And we'll be sending out email communications with